Assalamu alaikum, family. Before I address the video of the black man being murdered by the police, I think that a few facts need to be established. Fact. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us the separation is the best and only solution for the problems of the black man and woman here in the hills of North America. Fact. The method and way that the black man and black woman is treated here in the hills of North America, stems from how we've been treated for 400 years during the times of slavery. Fact. Police officers are only an extension of what is known as overseers on the plantation. Now, also fact, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that there is a war against the black man and black woman in the hills of North America. So now that we have established that there is a war against us, we can now acknowledge that that man's death is a casualty of war, and you must be able to acknowledge it as such. We're not made to react to these things emotionally. And I tell you this because these types of incidences need to be addressed methodically and strategically, because we are at war and these facts have been established. If I was out and about personally and I see a black man is encountering the police, first thing you do is you make your presence known silently, and you establish your presence to the black man. You let him know, brother, you don't need to be speaking. You have nothing to say to them. It's militancy. Now, if the brother doesn't heed my warning and my command, then that's on him. Brother, relax. Maintain composure. Conduct yourself as a man, as a soldier. If he doesn't heed that warning, I am a father of children and a husband. I'm not going to risk my life for a man who does not heed my warning and my intelligence, because I will raise my children to heed my warning and my intelligence. My father taught me, he said, I'll whoop your behind in this house so you're not murdered by the police in the streets. We are required to have discipline, to maintain discipline. Now, I'm not saying that black man didn't have discipline. I didn't see the whole video. But I do tell you one thing. We don't conduct ourselves in a militant manner. We don't walk our posts in a perfect manner, keeping our ways on the alert. We have something called cause and effect. When you don't conduct yourself in a proper manner, then you will face consequences. This is the law of the universe. I don't like seeing people saying respond or react with emotion, and if you see something like this happens, then you need to jump on that head. That's not intelligent. Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, respect those in authority, whether they respect you or not. Why would he say that? Why would he tell us to respect those in authority that don't respect, whether they respect us or not? Because we're militant. We're not emotional. If we don't have facilities in place to go head to head with officers, and we don't have the capacity to heal those who are harmed and are casualties of war, then we're not being intelligent. How can we say, yeah, we're going to go head to head with the police, but we don't got no hospitals to cure our loved ones if they're harmed? The first thing is check yourself. Once you check yourself and you respect yourself to the highest degree, there can be no police officer that can do you harm. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that these Caucasians will be wrapped around our fingers and we would not even know they are there. All we have to do is submit to his teachings and Allah in the person of Master Fuad Muhammad. That's it. He said, get out of the way. Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, get out of the way. Separation is better than prayer. Get out of the way. That way, these individuals can be dealt with accordingly. We don't have control over weather. We don't have control. You and I, we don't have control over, we don't even have control over time. We don't have control over our own heartbeat. We don't know when it's going to stop. So we need to address things accordingly. Now, if you follow all instructions and you maintain composure and you address the officer as if he is an armed soldier and he still proceeds to aggress you, then you've got something to deal with. But if you don't follow instructions and you don't say yes sir, no sir, and you don't remain silent, then what can we do? Yes sir, no sir. We collectively need to address things strategically. It's warfare. I don't want to win small battles. We need to win the war. Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said we don't need to have the pop guns and the little weapons. Allah has something bigger planned for them. But we in the way. We want to win the little battles. I don't need to show you my license. I don't need to put out my cigarette. I don't need to I can resist arrest. I don't need to listen to you. I don't need to stop. This is not militancy. This is not intelligence. This is not strategy. This is emotional. If we are caught in a place where we have no business being, then we have to face the consequences. There's been many times in my life where I've had to come across the police. And I thank Almighty God Allah, and I thank my father for training me in a way to where I don't have to deal with the police emotionally. Yes, I have dealt with them emotionally. And I thank Allah for letting me walk away with my life, because I didn't have to. I did things that I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing. And I was at places I knew I shouldn't have been. But now I'm a father, a husband, a grown man. And I deal with the police accordingly. Militancy. I speak to them as minimal as possible. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't need to all this nonsense. Am I being detained? And and blah blah blah. This nonsense. I know my rights. Listen. If we can address the fact that we are at war, there's only a certain amount of rights, and in the United States of America, they don't really address all rights, especially in warfare, right? The first rule of warfare is deception. So yeah, you know your rights, but we done been deceived you, because those rights are not for us, black man and black woman. They're not for us. We're considered 3/5 of the law still. And they utilize the loophole in the 13th Amendment to continue our slavery. There is no solution and no justice, no freedom and no equality here in the hills of North America for us, black man and black woman. So when you're addressed by the police, I cannot repeat myself enough to tell you to conduct yourself strategically. Yes, sir. No, sir. When you respect an individual who all they want, because they're in authority, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect all men in authority, whether they respect you or not. Once you show respect, not submission, listen. There's a difference between respect and submission. We're not begging and pleading. We're not kneeling and we're not laying down and none of that. No, sir. Respect. Speak your truth. Respect. Yes, sir. No, sir. You need my identification? Well, I went to the DMV and got my driver's license. So, yes, sir. Here's my driver's license. When you board in a plane and someone says, "Can I see your ticket?" You don't say, "No, I don't need to show you my ticket. I paid for it already." Hell no. Yes, sir. Here's my ticket. I got it. Now, if you don't have your license, who messed up? Did the police officer mess up or did you mess up? We are taught, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to obey all laws of the land as long as it does not conflict with your religion. So you got insurance? That doesn't conflict with your religion. Obey that law. You got your license? That doesn't conflict with your religion. Obey that law. You own a business and you got to pay your taxes? That doesn't conflict with your religion. Obey that law. This is why the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught these things. It's for our survival. He said that self-preservation is the first law of nature. If you out here risking your life for things that are not in the name of Allah, then you are not abiding by the first law of nature. Therefore, you must pay the consequences. It's point blank, period. This is not a game. So, I'm not specifically addressing the one video. It's a collective. It's been going on for 400 years. No group of people in their right mind will respect a group of people no group of people in their right mind will respect another group of people who are not in their right mind. Are we in our right mind, collectively speaking? Absolutely not. When we conduct ourselves as we are in our right mind, they will not have any capability to disrespect us. It will not be possible. So, collectively speaking, we must be strategic. Do not be emotional and you see something going on and you have no idea what's going on and you're not questioning it. Militancy. Check your brother. Brother, you speaking way too much. Brother, you need to be quiet. Stop talking. These men are in authority and they're questioning you. Yes, sir, no, sir. If he don't heed the warning and he don't listen, brother, that's on you. I'm telling you. This is the truth. Brother, do you have your license? Oh, no, I don't have my license. Well, brother, then he has to do what he's been taught to do. Now listen, they have their marching orders too. They're trained to take life. They are trained to take life if they see fit. We could say that that's wrong, and it is. It's not just, but we don't live in a just society. And I'm not here to live in a fantasy world. I deal with reality, and the reality is that we are at war, and we've been taught that we are at war. We've been knowing that we've been at war for 400 years since we got here. There is no peace for us in the hills of North America. So if there's no peace, then there is war. And if we're at war, then we need to deal with warfare and strategic. Because war is not fair. So I greet you as I came in the universal understanding of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Let he who desires peace prepare for war.